Welcome to the Red Cup tonight. We doing our Herbo month. You know what I'm saying? We got this week and next week, the last week of the Herbo shit. You know what I'm saying? We got my man Darryl Prue, as Mr. Wiggins used to say, a consistently 40-point averager. You know what I'm saying? JB, Charlie, Moy, Jules. You know what I'm saying? Prue. You know, man, when we talked about having an Herbo month. You know what I'm saying? Your name to me came up immediately. You know what I'm saying? I got to have Darryl Prue on. You know what I'm saying? To give us some input on that Herbo, man, because people came to see you. You know what I'm saying? Your name still ring a bell. You know what I'm saying? The big lefty. You know what I'm saying? With moves. You know what I'm saying? The best skillful big man that come through the area and all that shit, which I do agree with. You know what I'm saying? And this Herbo thing, man. And as a youngster, I know. You know what I'm saying? You done went up there and sat in the stands and watch, you know what I'm saying? I mentioned Bucky name last week. All them guys, the older guys, when you come to that gym, man, smell that popcorn and everything. And what was that like, man, to get your first shot, to get on that floor, man, against them guys at the Herbo?
It was funny, like, when I was in junior high school at Susan, I never knew about the Herbo until I got to Dunbar. When I got to Dunbar, I was coming to Dunbar and I started going up there. I never left Minnesota Avenue. You know what I mean? Like, I never left it.
Susan?
Yeah, Susan, all day long. Then I go up there and I'm watching, like we talked about Leroy Marino. He lived up in Fairfax Village, right? To go play in Fairfax Village.
Yes,
Nobody
sir.
talks about him. Garcia Hopkins. I'm in the stands watching Bebe. I'm watching Ducky Vaughn and all them guys. And I'm like, man, I want to be one of those guys one day. But I still had to go through my high school years. And it was amazing. I'm like, yeah, I want people to come see me. You know what I mean? Like, and come see me, not just to play. I wanted to be one of the guys. I want to be one of those guys that people come, we want to watch Prue and them play Baltimore, Prue and them play against, Booty Green and them. It was, when it became my turn, but it took a process. And it was funny when I left Dunbar, I wanted to play with the best. So I went with the Chuck Taylor All-Stars. And the Chuck Taylor All-Stars, if y'all remember, they had Adrian Dantley. They had all the pros that would beat the Bullets. The dude didn't play me. You know what I mean? Then the next year I come back and I played with this team. Lou Wilson was the coach. Me and Fred McCoy.
Big Fred. Hey, Fred, you some shit, Fred. That's my man, Big K-State.
Me and Fred sat the bench. I went to the Olympic Festival, came back and didn't play. So Wiggins called me the next year. I think I was going into my freshman, going into my sophomore, junior year. He called me, "Are you playing?" I said, "No, I ain't playing unless I play the whole game." Literally went at him like that. And he was like, "Well, okay, we're gonna make you a team." I said, "Cool." He said, "Who else you want?" I said, "I want Sherman." I was like, "I want Sherman Douglas." We had a Sherman Douglas, Darryl McClain, Bo Sampson.
McClain, yeah.
Johnny, it was Adrian Branch first. Adrian Branch. I think, did we have him then? Oh no, we had Big Rich from Coolidge, Rich Merritt. That was our center. We had him first, and so we did good. Adrian shot everything he did. Boom, boom, boom. But then man, Sherman just got it on the road. We just started scoring. Adrian Branch didn't come back. We added Johnny Newman, and we added a new bowl, and it just took off from there. You know what I mean? Like it was. We became one of the feature teams, walking in with our little bags and flip-flops.
Hey, Joe, hey, Prue, no bullshit, right? It's funny you said that, right? Because as a youngster, right? When you go up that Herbo and just watch the game, when you see them guys coming in with the flip-flops on, they started that shit like today. And you got to think, these sponsored teams, they bought into that shit. They giving out this shit now, the flip-flop. Man, remember them days, man, you go in that motherfucker, man, I see Baby and them coming, that motherfucker ducking them.
Man,
the flip-flops on the bag
and flip-flops.
And you, as a kid, you like,
they real hoopers though.
Right.
I can't even
Look,
real.
Hey, that's funny. That's some funny shit.
Then you had the role. You talked about Bucky. What was my man at number 2 Boys Club? It was a group.
It was Bucky and was it Jimmy?
Jimmy was down there.
Jimmy Bucky. It was one more though.
And number 2 Boys Club. Who's that name after? That's who it was.
I think all of them was right there.
I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but they was all down there. They all talked to you, boom, boom, boom. Then on the other end, on the first row, it was all the bettors. All the dudes who's betting on the game. Betting if you're going to score 40, who gonna do this and who
bull.
gonna do that,
No
man.
bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, and we have some referees in the NBA now that's representing
No
the
bullshit.
coalition. Scott Watson. I remember Scott Watson. You know, it's a funny story. Scott Watson, I was giving him the blues. He came to the Wiggins. Is like, do we need Darryl? I'm gonna throw him out. So I said, you throw me out. I said, all them people over there,
They gonna leave.
they with me. No,
Yeah.
I said they with me. I said, you won't get out of here.
Yeah. No bullshit.
Cause they bet. Back then, all them dudes were betting hundreds and hundreds of hundreds. You know what I mean? They was
Hundreds of hundreds was what? Thousands.
Yeah. They was betting. And it's betting the simple as this: how many rebounds you get, how many points you get. It was crazy. It was crazy. I get free haircuts to this day because my man, that's all he did was bet. You know, won thousands of dollars. You know?
That's how they do that. That's crazy though, man. That you brought up all that shit though. You know what I'm saying? That Herbo, people don't even understand how nice that shit was to us as playing. You know what I'm saying? Like going that, even me looking at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like just going there watching y'all play back in the day, and just finally getting a chance to get on that platform with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And we can still talk about that shit all day long, all night long, but that shit never come back.
It's not the same. It's like the coalition changed when they let anybody play. I remember Wiggins was like, you cannot play unless you play college or you play somewhere overseas.
And know what Wiggins' thing was, you can't play unless when you score, if I ain't got nothing to say after your name, you can't play.
Right.
He's saying after your name, he's saying your name. Darryl Prue, West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Like Sherman, you know what I'm saying? Syracuse and say I got all that shit.
Right. Then like,
you know what I'm saying? He was the sharpest.
So he's the best to do it on the mic.
Oh no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying?
No
disrespect to Miles at all.
No, he started it.
No disrespect to Miles at all.
He's not as funny as Miles.
Right. He talked the game.
Yeah, he talked the game.
You know what I'm saying?
Is,
I got to get a shot of man, Guy Arnold, man. Guy, you was one of the guys I was coming to see play.
That's my man.
You know what I'm saying, man?
He was one of the guys I looked up to.
Man.
Guy Arnold, my man.
Yes,
indeed.
Yeah, I remember he hit the half court shot to win a game one time. Man, I was one of the guys in the stands.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And,
man, oh man.
I'm gonna tell you another story. Like we talk about coalition. For me, it was Dr. Carr's gym. And Guy Arnold was one of those guys that was always there. Yeah. You know, I'm 15 years old playing against Bobby Dandridge, Adrian Danley, Guy Arnold. And I remember one day going up to Doc's gym and they started double teaming me going into my junior year. I'm like, oh, I'm getting good. You know what I mean? Like for them guys who I used to watch, play, Guy Arnold's another guy. If he was playing this era, a 6'8" guard like he was,
man.
You know what I mean? Like
Guy Arnold's bad with fuck.
Man,
smooth.
Goodness gracious.
Tough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We watch some guys play against some NBA guys, they ain't back down. You know, like when we played in the coalition, even when Guy Arnold and Garcia Hopkins and all those guys, me, Sherman, Bootney Green. Bootney Green was Division II Player of the Year. The NBA guys see that, they all want to play against them. Nowadays, they don't know who the guys are.
No doubt.
They don't know who the guys are, so they're not going to risk. They know we're not going to hurt them. You know what I mean? We're going to compete. They know we're not going to hurt them. They don't know what these other guys. There's no offense to them. It's just they don't know who they are. Like even the last few years when the Kennel League, when we played up there in the Kennel League, when Steve Francis came, that's like the last run. It was at the end.
Real good basketball.
Real good basketball.
Yeah.
That's the only time the pros come back. Even when I was coaching at Georgetown, them guys only came back when they played Jeff Green or Roy Hibbert. But then that's only one game. Them dudes like, Terry Catledge. He not from here. He would come in, get in shape. He'd come up there every day. Billy Martin. You know what I mean? Like even Gary Lampkins. You know what I mean? Them guys.
But the thing was, the difference is though, all y'all was pros too. That's the thing.
Right.
All y'all was pros, yo. Whatever shape or form, it don't matter. Whatever it is, y'all was all pros. You can say Booty Green a pro, like he was a pro.
Right.
It's a fucking pro. Like I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a goddamn pro. You think this dude right here wasn't a goddamn he's a fucking pro. Like you No, you're a fucking pro. Like
they
so that's the difference, though. On some real shit, you want to just really call it out.
They just think NBA is a pro. Like, you know what I mean? I played 10,
Hell
11 years
no.
overseas.
That's what I'm saying, no.
It's a craft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some guys play the NBA, not pros.
Exactly.
I definitely agree.
That's fact.
I definitely agree.
That's fact. That's fact.
That's a great point.
That's real shit, though.
That's
That's a great
There's a
point.
lot of dudes that take that shit, like, you know, a lot of y'all is like students of the game. So even back when y'all talk about looking at the Ducky Vaughns and go, you know, y'all students of the game watching the other guys before the baton was passed to y'all, right? Mm-hmm. So then it translates to your game and your IQ, and then it translates to being older now teaching the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it keep going. It's a full circle. You go full circle, Joe. Mm-hmm. And now we just teachers of the game, you know, and was paid to play the game. And in some form or fashion paid to teach the game. So that's what else you want out of basketball, Joe?
You
what else do you want?
It's funny you say you 100% right, $1,000,000% right. It's funny because I was thinking about the conversation last week that we had over Chavez when Tay, yeah, I'm going at you, Tay.
Man, some of these dudes,
this motherfucker Tay, my young fella Tay. Tay gonna tell me and Bryce. This about 10 people now. We talking this shit. This motherfucker gonna say that Trae Young from Oklahoma right now is better than Patty Mills.
No fucking way.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Listen to this. Listen
talking about?
Patty Mills had less at St. Mary's and got farther in the NCAA playoffs.
Exactly.
Nothing against Trae Young. Trae Young is good, but they different.
Is he? It's better than Patty? That shit ain't fucking close.
He a dog, yo. But he a dog, though.
Right, but
he is a dog, right?
To get back to the point, it's like
Patty Mills a dog.
And man, you rap after the conversation. It's like sometimes, and man, we talk all the time about this. You just can't talk basketball with everybody. Nah. Because everybody not gonna have your same view.
Sometimes it's egregious though, but sometimes it's egregious.
Man, you talk about it. You don't think it's egregious sometimes?
Let me say this.
You don't think it's egregious sometimes?
Let me say this. Kurt Smith messed up basketball in DC.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna tell you why. It wasn't on purpose. You were so skilled, and you did shit that was natural, but it was flashy, and everybody wanted to do it. Everybody wanted to do the flashy part, but you still played the game. And that's what people don't do today. They want to do all the flashy shit. They just see all the flashy shit. They don't see all the other stuff you do. They don't see how you set them up. They don't see when you do it. Mm-hmm. You don't do it all the time. You do it. You did it when you did it, when you had to do it. And you made shots when it was time to make shots. They don't see that part. They didn't see all the flashy part. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when the coalition came in, I remember one time you crossed somebody up in the coalition, the whole stands left and ran on the floor. Anybody did that shit before. You know what I mean? Nothing against you. It wasn't your fault, but you transcended a whole different generation because all this DC dudes want to be flashy. And y'all went through, even Moochie went through it. Mm-hmm. Remember Moochie, all he wanted to do was just cross over, wait for you, cross over.
And I told this last one, I said, nigga, you got to go do something with that.
Yeah, after you cross over,
he did something with that.
Yeah, he figured it out. He figured it out.
He wasn't just dancing, he was getting to a spot.
But some people,
my shit just came from playing with child mothers. Like, just growing up, you know what I'm saying, Smith taking us places to play. You know what I'm saying? I get introduced to y'all. You, Sherman, and all y'all guys. So I'm like, I still had my shit with me, but I'm still trying to win, though. You know what I'm saying? So one move that I probably made, that shit translated into a win. It wasn't for the crowds. I just had to make that move to get past my man.
And you know what, though? You playing against great defenders.
Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta create. You learn how to create your own shot. So when you're doing that on somebody else, it's a little more easier.
Like Terry,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, Terry Lancaster. Terry Lancaster would cross people up. You ain't know him, he'd have you flying all over.
Oh, he get that bucket too.
Yeah, he'd get a bucket. But then Sherman be like, all right, Darryl, I'm going to send him to you. Fake at him, he going to throw the ball right in your hands. Mm-hmm. So he thinking he doing something. He get by Sherman, I fake at him, boom. Fake at him, boom. Sherman said, I'm going to do whatever he's going to do the first three quarters. First, we said the fourth quarter, I'm going to lock him down. Mm-hmm. And that's what he did. Like, everybody give you that moves, and once it's over with, but I seen him, AJ English from the Washington Bullets, had him flying all over the gym.
He
He had him flying all over the gym.
Anybody fly.
And he was good. He was good as
Hey,
shit.
off the glass,
Yeah.
though. Little short, little 10-footers off the glass. yo.
Yeah.
This shit was
Oh, it's
like-
very
Right.
straight.
But like if you,
Very.
When them dudes-
shit off the glass,
when them pros came to DC and they played against them guys, and if you ain't ready for them, and that's how they get you because you ain't used to it. Like Greg Jones would
It
kill.
was Penny Hardaway, right?
Huh?
That's what they said when he got Penny. He wasn't
ready for it.
wasn't ready for it.
And but
He
that's,
ain't know. He ain't
no.
know. He ain't know.
No, he ain't know. But let me tell you this: NBA guys use that to get in shape. They don't. They like we like the older guys or the guys who don't play nowhere. They use that as their venue. That's their venue. The NBA guys use that. I'm gonna go up down the court and get myself ready for September. That don't mean shit to them in July. They ain't getting paid for that. You know what I mean? They come in like. I remember I was playing and Charles Jones from the Washington Bullets was sitting on the side and Wiggins asked him to play. And he watched the game. He said, no, I don't want to embarrass myself. Because they're not ready to play yet. He wasn't ready to play, but people in the stands don't see that shit. You know what I mean? Like, dudes is a pro. Like, you use that shit. You know, you played overseas. I don't give a fuck about July. I'm getting ready for the motherfucker who's going to pay me in fucking September.
Yeah, no bullshit.
You know what I mean? I got to get in shape for that. You know what I mean? Like half the time eating and drinking, getting all heavy and shit. I'm using that to get ready for the running I got to do in late August and September.
The shit that you gotta do to keep a fucking job.
Keep
bro.
a job.
You
You
know
got to do
what I'm saying?
pay
And
you.
dudes think it might be sweet, but
Yeah.
you might be out there this bullshit,
Yeah.
2 trades, and this nigga right here playing overseas. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, okay.
You get a false sense of what
Yeah,
you
we gonna
really
get
are.
that bag.
Yeah, you get a
that
false
bag.
sense of what you really are.
Get that bag.
You know, Terry Catfish came in there. I gave him 44. And after the game, I was going to be a junior. He gave me his phone number to work out with. I ain't take advantage of it. We talked about how Enos Watley. I said,
Oh, my
imagine,
man, hey, no
imagine if I
bullshit.
had Enos Watley at 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. You know what I mean? Imagine if I took that opportunity to work out with Terry Catfish at 19 years old. I'd have been a different guy.
One of the best ever did it.
Terry Catfish was a hell of a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, my same position was a hell of a pro. But he couldn't
South
figure me out.
Alabama.
Yeah. He couldn't figure me out.
South
And
Alabama.
he saw something in me which I didn't take advantage of. And you know what I mean? Like it's crazy, you know. But then our local guys back then didn't help us. Didn't help us. You know,
Yeah.
until like you
understand
yeah,
that.
they didn't help us. You know, if Adrian Branch and Anthony Jones would have took me into the gym with them when they were Coolidge working out, I might be different. You know what I mean? Not just
But you
them.
was already different. I guess I would ask you, because you was still already different. You ain't get that and you still was different.
Right, but still,
How
I
many
didn't,
dudes-
I didn't get it. Like if I was able to use my skills more in college, it would have been a different situation. You know what I mean? It'd been a different situation. The reason I started shooting more and handling the ball more, I never told you this. I went to Brazil as my first job. The head coach was the coach of the Brazilian national team that beat the USA team. He asked me, can I play the 2? I said, yeah. I started at the 2 for the whole year. We won the championship. And he started at 2 and ended up playing the forward at the subs. But he showed me a whole different way of playing. He let me use my skills. I dribbled. You know, I could pass, I shot the ball. And nobody let me do that before.
So were you skilled though? Like, I guess were you skilled?
I was always good. As soon as I was a guard.
That's what I'm saying. So were you a guard?
You always skilled.
This is my thing. So were you a guard and then you grew bigger than everybody?
No,
you know,
but
and
this
then you
is
were
what
big and
happened.
had
I was-
skill, or
I was
off everything.
I was 6'4",
What?
6'5" at Sousa. He called me soft. I go to
Because
Dunbar
you had skill.
because I had skill. I was at Dunbar. Jodine saw the skill. He had me doing everything. Westmore comes in and puts me on the post, and I stayed there.
Strictly post.
Strictly post. I want you to be the next Adrian Danley.
But you still had your turn and face shit and all that too, though.
But it was double post. We had a double post offense. When Jodine was there, I was on the wing, slashing, you know what I mean, doing different things. Only we had one post player. You know, we had Big Sean Rock. You know what I mean? Then we played like this with a point guard. There was 2 guys over here. Stretch and pop out, I'll post up.
With a good ass point guard.
I had a great ass point guard. Don't get me wrong. And I had a great ass shooter. So my whole junior year, I couldn't get double teamed because I had Stretch on my side. But then when he goes, and I had a bunch of young guys, You get somebody sitting in front of me, you get the guard come down here. It's different.
So was your junior year better than your senior year?
Way different. Way different.
So you feel like you played better your junior year than your senior year?
Way different. And then another thing I didn't like, we practiced, when we ran the plays, every play was for me.
Junior year.
Senior.
Oh, senior.
Every play was for me. And it kind of threw me off. Because Darryl McClain, he'll tell you Darryl McClain was a bad motherfucker.
Bad. Yes, indeed.
Big Bonzi ended up going to, his son played, Bonzi Colson Jr. played.
Bonzi with Rhode Island?
He went to Rhode Island. His son goes to Notre Dame. Sean ended up Kansas beating Stretch in the championship.
Hold on, Bonzi Colson father was from played Dumbo?
Played
Yeah.
Milton Newton.
He was a transfer first.
What year he came out of
Then he went to
What year he came out of Dumbo?
Same year?
But was he on that championship team?
Yeah. Not Milton.
Yeah, with Danny Manning.
Not Milton. Milton came out in
Milton came
Bro,
out.
Kansas.
Came out in '88. Yep, that's his last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
You was on that team. You was on that team.
All right. Thought so.
Yeah, Milton Newton, he didn't make like my junior.
He
None
didn't
of
make
them
no
guys made all that.
Yeah, Milton Newton didn't make anything.
He was good though. He was good. Tim Anderson was really good.
That's my motherfucker. Man.
He's underrated.
Oh,
Virginia
great.
Tech.
Oh, man.
He was skilled.
V-Tech,
Virginia
cool,
Tech.
cool.
Played hard.
What mob was better?
Talking about dude.
No.
You know what you want to say.
No, I ain't talking about that.
We
yo.
beat him.
No,
We
I'm
beat
not
him.
talking about that. I'm talking about what mob was better. 84 on that or 85 on that.
85 on that.
That was
Yeah, Sherman and Danny.
Sherman, Danny, Roddy Peters,
Yeah, that says it
Phil,
all.
Phil
Gamble.
85.
That says it all. Yeah, that says it all.
Like Derek
You
Sam, I don't know how much
didn't
he
even
played.
Mark
hesitate.
Tillman, man.
Terry Crawford didn't play that much at
Mark
Kentucky.
Tillman.
They couldn't fuck with
He
that.
didn't
They
even
couldn't
Mark
fuck with
Tillman
that
was
other
on
mob.
there.
Right?
We said you didn't even hesitate.
Which about that later on. That 85 mob, oh,
kinda
man,
tough.
was nice.
Yeah, it was kind of
Dennis
tough.
Scott.
Couldn't fuck the 89
no,
on
it
that
wasn't
team.
that.
Well, look, we
Hey,
gonna talk about
85,
something
85
else,
or 89 now.
and we don't get, we not even gonna get
They
into
more
this.
pros on 89,
Hey,
so I can't.
what we gonna do? We gonna have a segment for the Red Cup, a whole month with a all Met team.
And y'all 11th man.
Yeah. Hey, you 11. You can say 11.
Your name was the first one to list. The first one on the list of the second joint. Yo, we
The
didn't
next stop, the limo. The next stop, the limo.
To get
I
back
had
to
to
the
drive
herbal,
myself to the job, you know what I mean?
to get back to the herbal conversation, though, Prue, like for real, like man, who you think, who's your toughest matchup just in that herbal? Like who on them Saturday and Sunday, you like, man, I gotta get this motherfucker.
That motherfucker Glenn Stanley, man. Glenn Stanley was a problem.
Bad motherfucker.
Now y'all on the
He
same
played
team.
hard. Yeah, I'm in the same team, but like he played hard. You know what I mean? He never stopped.
So his motor.
Yeah, he never stopped. He never stopped. He never
He's
stopped.
only about 6'4", 6'5", right?
Yeah, he got up under me. He never. But like, again, back then, I never stepped away from the basket. It was everything to the basket, so it was just a battle. You know
So
what
that's
I mean?
all me and Magic. I don't know you then, because we wasn't in the city that much.
Dude,
So it's like
in
I
the
know your
post?
game from your game now. like,
Bebe doing was
So-
like, you the only dude I know that's going to average 40 points in the post. That's what he used to say.
man,
That's a hell of a compliment
from
from
all the paint.
Come from baby.
It come from Bebe. That's a hell of a
paint.
Everything was in the paint. Sherman, it was me and Sherman, throw it to me. I stay in that right block, and it was just, I do what I do. Dudes in Baltimore would say I would do the same move 30 times and make it 28 times.
But you know what it is though, real
No
shit.
bullshit.
No bullshit and no disrespect to lefties and southpaws. Y'all do have an advantage, yo.
Everybody say that, man. But I
It
don't
is,
know. I don't know
Joe.
what
It's
it is.
just different, yo.
Y'all don't know
It's something
what
about
is
it.
the advantage, though?
I swear to God, I don't know what it is, but
What is the
a
advantage?
right-handed dude that loves to go
It's
right
awkward, man.
just can't get off like a dude that go left. Like
Because you're going against a right-handed.
I don't know, like-
majority of the time you're practically competing against.
like my man in LA. Like my man in
You know what
LA.
I'm saying?
That goon in LA, right? He left-handed, you know he going over the right shoulder. No matter what he do in the world, he can do windmills. He's going over the right shoulder, Joe. You can't stop him, yo.
But that's
can't- he lefty. You can't stop it, yo.
But that was
Can't stop him, Joe.
No, but that was it because I didn't work on nothing else. I perfected it.
That's another thing.
Like Walter Berry, Joe. You couldn't stop
He
him. Joe.
perfected it, like because that's all I did. That's all I would do. I would not play, work out or nothing, go to the playground. That's all I would do. Because if I can't, I know I ain't trying to jump shot. Well, I ain't gonna shoot a jump. I'm gonna go. What's what's comfortable for you. Whatever you do, what's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over that.
Like I said that last week, you gotta have something.
And I was strong as shit back then.
I dig that.
You gotta understand, I was strong and I could move. So like, you had a problem, you gotta deal with both. And people can't deal with both. I had strong ass hands. And I would go back that way one time to fuck you up. So I go back over to the left shoulder and shoot a little fadeaway.
A little half.
Yeah.
I know you move.
Yeah, I know you do.
On the left shoulder. On the left shoulder.
Yeah.
He said he's stolen us.
Yeah,
The little half a hook.
He's the best 5'9" post player in the country.
Hey, I'm not ashamed to say that.
So you took the half a hook. You took the hook from Prue.
Man, I took a lot of shit from all them motherfuckers. Yeah.
That's how you. I tell kids now. That's how you learn. You learn something from him. And you. That's how you become a player.
So you was Wayman Tisdale part 2.0.
I was more Walter Berry.
Walter Bird
I was
real tricky.
I was
too.
more Walter
Hey,
Berry.
Walter Bird was bad.
Yeah.
He was very, very tricky with them spin moves and
Yeah.
all that.
I was
So
more-
how long was your run in the Herbo? What was your first year? What was your last year?
My first year was 85 pro. My
Black
last year,
Hall, what's up, boy?
my last year was when the last year they had it at McNamara.
That was the jumping dude on
Oh,
the
yeah.
road.
McNamara. They had it at McNamara. It was me, Mark, Smitty.
That was the best team I ever.
Was JT on that team?
Man, nah, it was.
Who's the other big?
Nah, it was that what's the name of our team? That Bowles.
Bose VIP?
Man, it was you, Sherman Smith, Mike Graham.
Manu said Manu,
I'm
right?
like, I'm like beating these motherfuckers.
Y'all losing the game?
They just laughing.
We probably lost. Like, it was some good ass bump.
The
The
fucking
second
game
three
sold
had-
out. What the fuck? What the
Yeah, Bernard Day,
Yeah, like,
they had
who the fuck gonna be the niggas,
Frank
man?
Ross, they had my man Dominic Presley.
It was no
It was
real.
a good
Hey,
game.
Price, it was no. If you
Baltimore came in.
the opposite team, you're not getting no offensive rebounds.
Yeah, no.
Y'all getting all glass.
I mean, come
all
on.
glass.
So you was playing on the wing then?
No, I was playing
With
with
Manu, Mike Graham using the post?
No, he
They started one of the other. We,
Oh.
Prue was just.
I would let niggas
some
go
other
by.
shit.
I would let niggas go by and Manu block everything. Manu was
Everything.
averaging 17 blocks.
But you
a
know,
game.
we don't really talk a lot about Manu, man. You know, from a local standpoint, we hear about some of the stuff, you know, he was doing before he died, but he spent a lot of time in the Herbo. He got some
No,
right
he
couple-
played every year. Even the night he got locked up, he was there the next morning. He got locked up for drunk driving. Yeah, he told the police was messing with him because he had the front seat of the Bronco. He had a white Bronco. He was sitting on his back, so you couldn't see him. You're like, yeah, he was driving. One of the coolest dudes in the world. He talked a lot of stuff, though.
He's a good
Yo, he talked a lot of trash.
Great dude.
Great dude.
Great
Talked
dude.
a lot of trash.
Funny.
UDC playing Tim Stanfield, kicked the
Tim
backboard.
Stanfield kicked the
Yeah,
backboard.
Blocked the shot.
That's
Oh, okay.
And he came down court, and the big dude was on it, and Adrian jumped, and dude put his hand up, and Adrian went higher and got his ass. I was like,
When Adrian
see,
grabbed that
people talk about all this flashy shit. They don't remember that shit. Like Adrian got his.
Yeah.
Adrian was a
Fuck
bad.
that.
Adrian was a bad. If Adrian was playing now, he'd be Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I
He
agree.
was before his time.
Wavy. He was
You
wavy.
played in the league? You played in the league for
He
him?
played in the league for a
Lakers,
while.
he
He was
got
talented.
rings. He got
Just-
rings.
He got rings. He got rings.
85.
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah, he
Or
got a couple
87
of
too,
them.
right?
I think he got a ring with Lakers. Yeah.
He was a book,
bad.
though. Adrian was a book.
So how Manu end up on y'all team?
I don't know how I did.
Probably Mike Sanderson. You know Mike.
Bo Sanderson. Bo was,
see, yeah,
Bo
back
was
then,
like, yeah, Bo
that's
was connected.
Earl.
Bo was connected with the music stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
He still is. He's like a manager. He used to be managers for like
Yeah.
a lot of different. Man, we used to have
Earl
girls.
was
We used to
leaves, huh?
have females, artists, and sitting behind our
Lot of
bench.
fe- yeah, they had a lot of
bring.
females.
He
Yes,
used
they
to
did.
He used
Bo-
to bring. Yeah, Bo.
Bo's VIP. Yeah, y'all figure that V and that P out. Yeah.
Don't leave the aisle.
Man,
Me too.
like we were a new team. Like that's the team.
They had them covered.
So who's y'all have on the bench?
Huh?
Who's y'all have on the bench?
No, you ain't got
It didn't matter.
Who the fuck them in that bench?
Me and Sherman was averaging 40
Yo, that
apiece.
shit was crazy, man.
Me and Sherman averaged 40. Johnny Newman averaged 30. And Manu averaged 17. That's all you needed. And then when Smitty left Georgia, shit, I added a whole.
That was some other shit.
I had a whole nother
I said,
dimension.
hold on, how the fuck he did? Joe, them niggas was
I called
to
him.
me.
I called
Oh,
him.
that was your call.
Yeah, I called him.
Okay, that was your call. I said to myself, I said, you got Sherman and
Because
Smith
when I-
backcourt together.
When I first brought up the
But
Pendergrass.
you tried to get that draft.
No, they didn't like each other.
You tried to get that backcourt. didn't
No.
you?
No, you were still young.
Yeah, I was saying,
Right.
I was like, them two
Driving
niggas,
Sherman,
I
right?
seen nobody
Yeah.
fucking with them.
Right. You know
So
what
they,
it
because
was?
they ain't gonna pay
That
y'all?
was your first
Well, you know,
game?
it's Georgetown, Syracuse. They enemies.
The rival joint.
The rival.
You took my fucking pick, money.
But they put that shit aside.
He should have gave you motherfuckers.
You could never tell they was right. They played great together.
Because you know why? And that goes back to saying
They both like winning.
they like and they love
winning.
and they know the game.
They know the game.
And no one thing I say about them two dudes, man, and them the two. I know older guys way before, you know what I'm saying, us and everything, but to see Smith and Sherman and at the same time, as far as like the way they look at the game, one thing I know about them two niggas, they wasn't letting nobody fry them in no type of way.
No type of way.
They knew about every motherfucker, like, oh, now he didn't get that shit off on me. Them two niggas wasn't having that shit. And I'm telling some real shit.
John Battle, Delonte Taylor, Dominic Presley. John Battle was a bucket. And he only shot from the free throw line.
Mid-range. All mid-range.
And he was in the NBA.
Take them 2 or 3 dribbles and pull up that motherfucking.
How many years he doing in the NBA?
He did like 10 years in the NBA.
At least 100.
Smitty wasn't playing it. Smitty was not letting him do what he wanted to do.
They took pride in that shit.
He would not let him do what he wanted to do.
And that's what I always talk. Me and Smith talk. I be like, man, nigga, which or anybody. I mean, he be like, yeah. He like, oh, he only got one move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, shit, I forgot how that moves. What the fuck is that about? When he go this way, he go this way. I'm like, then you start watching motherfuckers play. You be like,
think about it. Hold
man,
on.
he right like a motherfucker. Smith and Doug dissected that shit as far as like. No, they give people their credit, but at the same time, they be
like Sherman with you. So Sherman, like we playing against him, he killing us. So Sherman's like, all right, every time they come up the screen, he go to the corner, let's double him.
Slim.
Like
It's a game plan.
It's a game plan.
It's a game plan.
And like
them niggas walk into the game with game plans. Like,
No, that's real shit.
but that's pro. They won. They like, look,
Man.
nigga.
Pride is in winning.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Pride is in
Joe.
winning.
And that's why they did that shit. I'm like, Joe, these motherfuckers used to be like, man, that time when I seen that Bowes VIP team, I walked in that motherfucker, I said, who the fuck gonna beat these motherfuckers?
Because you gotta remember, we started off with Adrian Branch. We had Jay Byes.
Mm-hmm. When Jay was coming to his own.
Yeah, Jay. I thought Jay was a pro. Definitely playing
rest
there.
in peace,
He a
my
pro.
motherfucking man.
Jay Byes, Lynn Byes' little brother. But then we got Johnny, and Johnny was like a nice fit for us.
Mm-hmm.
We took off.
Yeah,
What was Jay Boss's game like? Rudy Gay.
Jay Byes is
He was a slash.
He was like a Rudy Gay,
He was
right?
slasher.
But
He could
he's
shoot
a
a little bit.
tough Rudy Gay.
But I'm saying bounce.
Tough Rudy
Hit
Gay.
the train.
Talk shit.
Crazy.
Talk shit.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Let me ask y'all this.
He talk shit crazy.
Did the Herbo have the 3-point line the whole time? Like even when it started? Or
When we played that,
Yeah.
I don't know what way back we that.
because the ABA, you know, the
They
ABA
didn't
had
take. We had tape, motherfucker.
tape.
Early when they taped that motherfucker ran
They
that.
taped it.
That Herbo was.
A lot of people wasn't shooting threes.
So did they have it like
There
back
you go.
when you was
Now,
There you
watching?
go with that. Yeah.
When you was watching, did they have it?
But then it's only played like 1 or 2.
Right.
No, I was saying when you watched it when you were young, did they have the 3-point line?
No, it
Oh,
was,
okay.
it was still kind of new.
Yeah, right,
Still
right.
kind of new.
They was
He's saying
introducing it.
85 now.
Because when I watched, when I used to,
85. dude.
And the Herbo. They had the NBA.
My man, so
Him
good.
on the NBA.
NBA got it when they merged with the ABA. That's where they got it from.
No, I don't
no,
think
it was
so.
later. It was later than that.
You sure?
Because even when I first started watching the Coalition, Rick Mahorn and them used to play in the Coalition. Rick Mahorn, Jeff Rulin was the Bruce brothers. They was in the Coalition.
The B brothers.
The B brothers. Adrian Dantley and them was to fuck them up.
Yeah.
And they had Big Percy. I forgot Percy's last name. Percy. They had another big dude. But Adrian we couldn't stop him. Called him Adrian the Teacher Dantley.
Hey man, Ken had
The Dudley brothers. Remember the Dudley brothers that played with Boston?
Dudley and Charles.
Charles Dudley.
So, man, it was some
Charles and Dudley Brad.
Yeah.
Dudley Brad.
Yeah, dude, it was like
One went to BYU, one went to Carolina.
Yeah,
Dudley went to Carolina.
Yeah. They was on that team. They was on that Chuck Taylor All-Star team.
Chuck Taylor All-Star.
Then they had Big Tree from Dunbar.
With the flip flops.
Yeah.
With the flip flops. I'm telling you, Joe, that shit was crazy, Slim.
Impact.
No,
The dude that say can't get in. You don't have a seat. Can't get in.
Can't get in.
Can't get in.
Slim, that motherfucker.
The lemonades, them teas over
Oh
there.
man.
Popcorn.
And like I always say, that shit was free.
That wasn't free.
No, I'm talking the game.
Oh, the games are free.
Yeah, the game. I ain't talking the food.
Free.
No, that's
You
what
was sitting on the
they made the money on the food.
Made more than enough.
Yeah, I'm talking the games.
Yeah,
In the game was free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They saying, fuck it, we good. Just come to this motherfucker and watch some good basketball. But most motherfuckers, they gonna get hungry, they gonna get thirsty, and this one we gonna get them at.
Packed.
You know, and man, oh my
So that
goodness,
Baltimore, like with Muggsy, before they had Sam and all them, they had
Ernie
Muggsy,
Graham.
Ernie Graham,
Ernie Graham, Big Kevin Graham,
Graham brothers, yeah, the Graham brothers.
Yeah, then they brought in
Tyson, Sean Tyson, motherfuckers.
Mutto,
Tyson.
Little Mutto,
Mutto,
Sam,
yeah, all
and
them motherfuckers,
Kurt
man.
Lee. That was a hell of a squad.
Sean Tyson.
And they-
The reason we always beat them is they ain't had nobody to deal with me. Like it was.
They all gods.
They all gods.
All
Like,
gods.
Glenn Stanley played with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Glenn would score points, but then I still have Manu.
Yeah, look,
I still have Manu.
Go to the rim.
Go ahead.
different
Yeah,
game.
whole different game with
It's a
Manu.
different game, yo.
Whole
Totally
different game.
different game.
And like Mike Morrison team was good. They had Bernard Day. You know what I mean?
Bernard Davis a bad motherfucker. People don't even remember this motherfucker. This motherfucker.
Was Tim Stanfield good?
Overrated.
Tim can jump out of the goddamn gym.
Hit a jump shot every now and then.
Jump out of the gym.
Every now and then. Kick the backboard. He looked the part. But when it got tough,
Shit got different.
now you don't want to say nothing. Look, you don't want to say nothing.
We need a bucket, so we gonna need you to kick this back.
He'll do it in warm line. And everybody go crazy over that shit.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
But that was the.
Could he really jump though? He just kicked the backboard. He was just like,
I only seen one other dude.
gotta
I only
jump-
seen one other
be able
dude
to
do
jump
that.
the
Only
kick.
seen one other dude do that.
He kicked the backboard, but he put his leg way up there like Michael
You
Jackson.
make a layup. You make a layup.
Can he catch the ball? You know?
To make a layup.
Cedric no balance.
Who team was he on? I can't remember.
Cedric no balance.
Who team was he on?
Cedric no
Like
balance.
Derek, I think Derek Lewis played with us too.
Dirk Lewis an animal.
Derek Lewis played with us.
Yeah.
Derek Lewis played with us.
Dirk Lewis an animal, man.
Get shit up out of here. He get shit up out of here.
Dirk Lewis an animal.
Michael Adams played in
Bad
Who did he- who team was he- who
motherfucker.
team was
It
he?
don't matter.
Michael Adams didn't have no left hand. Yeah, you can
Michael Adams was a bad motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yep, cause
He got a bucket.
yeah.
With that ugly ass jump shot.
All-star. He made the All-Star.
Man, that
I remember
Over
me,
He threw that bitch like Bob Cousy.
me
He's
Smith,
an All-Star.
me Smith, me Charles, and Mark Simmons would go up to the Bullets in September and go up to the Bullets and work out with them. And Doug Overton always pick us three. We always on the same team. But Michael Adams, I ain't never seen this shit before in my life. Motherfucker come down court.
right hand joint.
No, he'll come down. Somebody come down here on defense. He caught the nigga ball before it hit the floor. He caught it like that. And he dribbling. So Rod came down court one time and made his move. He stuck his hand out. Rod saw that shit. I'm a Rod stopped that shit in midair and moved that motherfucker.
That
Rod Strickland.
Oh,
He grabbed his shit. He came down. He did it.
With the high dribble. No arm bar. He coming straight at you.
He said he
Yeah.
crossed it.
Me, Smitty, Doug Overton, Mark, and whoever else we had, we used to run the fucking open gym at fucking Bullets joint. Smitty used to tell you that shit. We used to run that shit.
motherfucker Rob was a man.
He was a bad motherfucker, guys.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
So right now, while we on the Rod situation, you going Rod Strickland or Sam Cassell? I'm asking you first, Mr.
No.
Bill Cottron.
No disrespect. I'm Rod.
Highly questionable.
I'm a little Rod, Joe.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Rod.
Yeah.
Who you got, Charlie Mason?
He's Sam CZ, man.
Who you got, Darryl Prue?
Rock got the raw deal. He never got a chance to mature like Sam.
Man, answer the question.
Sam is old as us.
We
and
not-
played. Yeah, he's old as us, dude. I didn't know he was that old, dude.
Yeah, you right.
Right, like he played in college.
Shout
He
out
was-
19.
That's my man. That's my man.
Smack.
That's my man. But he played in college in like 1994.
Yeah, well, man. Yeah, he came
And
out
he's
like
50.
Answer the question.
I got what Sam. Rob, my man,
Yeah,
though.
just answer the question. That's all we did. You know what I'm saying?
Rob was different, though.
Oh,
I mean,
you
Scott
guys-
was Sam was different.
On me,
Yeah.
I'm going with Sammy C, man.
Yeah, Sam was different.
Strickland bad motherfucker.
No, Strickland's awesome.
He's too good for his own good.
No bullshit.
All time, bro.
Love Rod though. Rod bad motherfucker.
Sam, I'm mad at you, man. I'm going with Rod, man.
Leave him alone. What's happening with you?
Sam, my man. Who else? Who else playing the coalition?
But Sam could score that.
Yeah,
Sort of
anywhere.
basketball.
I think
The
that's
more you think about it, like
anywhere on the floor.
even matter of fact, if you remember, right, even when he was in 2008, when he was old, when that championship series, Joe, when they needed a bucket, Joe, Sam had a game when he took the jump.
If Sam don't get hurt, they beat the Lakers out there.
You know what? I'm changing that because
No, they did beat the Lakers with Sam. 2008.
He retired after that.
Remember he fucking shit up with him Spreewood and Garnett?
Oh, you talking about in
Minnesota. He fucking shit up. He couldn't play all the old series.
And you got to admit this too, though.
What Jenny can say, yo?
Sam,
You know what Sam said, though.
I can sell.
But you got to think though. Sam cooked in every situation he was in.
But you know
For
what?
16 years.
Sam said it changed for him when he was playing with Sherman with the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when it all changed for him. Sam, he said he learned a lot from Sherman.
Yeah, because he ain't had to do
Yeah.
a lot. He had to make a lot of decisions. You know what I'm
He learned a
saying?
whole lot from Sherman. Just like Moochie said, he learned a whole lot from Peyton.
Yeah.
Peyton was a defender.
Mhm.
Gary Payton. He just said, "Yo, just make one move and go." Like we've been telling him the
So
whole
so
time.
since we on that subject, so Sherman was saying.
You know who I'm going with. Okay. You know who I'm going with.
So that was
Go
a
to ask,
bad-
yeah, you know who I'm going with. I'm never going against Sherman.
Okay. Sherman was saying was hell.
Come back to me on that.
Sherman was saying was hell.
I'm going with Sammy C.
Is that a good comparison, though?
That's a great comparison.
Both got post
Because
game.
but see, I remember watching
Like an
Sherman.
older
Now I
Bob
saw.
Post
Now
game,
when I
like
started.
shit.
Now when I started watching basketball,
Both got post
Sherman
game.
towards the end of his career, it was like
Sherman more
like
point guard.
97, 98. Sherman, like he played with Big Dog and Van Bacon and them. He just
Sam was on that
distributed.
team too.
Not
Nah,
that
he
year.
can't
Not
like
that
Sam,
year.
I can sell.
Not yet. It was Sherman starred and Elliot Perry backed him up.
Didn't they play together in Milwaukee?
If it was later on. It
It was
wasn't
the Nets.
They
New
played
Jersey.
Jersey.
New Jersey.
No, what I was saying was, but
The
like
caliper.
every situation I remember Sam in, he was scoring like he scored the
They
best.
different. They
Like
different.
Sherman was a setup man, so that's why I say I don't
But
see.
you
the
gotta
game.
remember, though,
Now I
when
didn't see Sherman who was younger. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
When Sherman was in Boston, they were going to. He was fucking frying Penny.
But see,
He
I
was
didn't
frying.
see that.
Sherman
That was
average.
before me.
Sherman could score. He just chose to pass it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like when I saw
So
Sherman.
you taking Sherman was saying was hell?
You know I am. You know I never going. He know he try to get. He try to trick me. He know I ain't going to get Sherman. He know I ain't going to get Sherman. He trying to trick me.
Yeah, I never seen Sherman score the ball.
Piss him off.
No.
Oh, piss him off.
Sherman
Oh,
was 25 in high school.
I'm just saying. You know,
Yeah,
what, I take
3-point line.
I take
Huh?
that back. I did see the footage from Spingon, but I'm saying just in his professional career, when I started, I was like 10 years old. This was like 97. All he did was bring it up.
Sherman told me.
Sherman scored that business.
Yeah, Sherman shake.
Whenever he wanted to score, he scored.
When he had to score, he could score.
Yeah.
If you watch him in the playoff series when Boston played
Look at that shirt.
Orlando,
He was
he was coming off the ball and he was frying fucking whoever was guarding. And Penny was half the time getting that shit. He can score. He's tough. He gonna fuck you, post your ass up. He can do everything he wanted to do.
Steve Francis,
Or who?
Baron Davis.
Baron Davis easy.
Yeah, he said
But you know, it's funny. It's funny that comes up, right? I was watching some footage yesterday
Well,
of Baron Davis. Boom. Him and Russell Westbrook is a great comparison, Joe.
It is.
And I don't think,
They play the same.
and I don't
They're the
think
same.
people realize
They
how
play the same.
they
Byron
play
too
the
big.
exact
They were too big.
same
They play the
way.
same.
What about Kurt Smith and Steve Francis?
I'm taking Steve Francis all day long. I'm taking Steve Francis.
Steve Francis is a bad motherfucker. Don't get me wrong.
I'm taking Steve Francis.
Steve Francis
I'm taking Steve Francis.
was bad, but in two different situations.
Y'all don't think Steve Francis and Baron Davis had the same game?
No, they really didn't. Now we go back and watch the film.
Westbrook and
Baron Davis had the same game. I watched film yesterday. I was like, damn, I never thought about it. Russ was like Baron Davis was doing what Russ did.
Westbrook don't bink like them, yo. Come on.
Nah, I take
But hey,
Westbrook don't bink like them, Joe.
that rim though.
Westbrook
Westbrook
is ferocious. I'm not saying he ain't got handles, but I'm saying like
Man, Westbrook
Westbrook
over
got that same
everybody.
shit they got.
Wink and motherfucking Baron Davis,
Hey, look at
bop,
that.
bop, bop.
Look at that.
They dance, yo.
But
No, they really dance,
over
yo.
everybody.
No, they dance. For real.
Westbrook don't have to dance.
Huh?
He don't have to dance.
I'm not saying what.
He don't have to because he's so goddamn good
I'm
at getting
just
by you. He
saying,
don't
from a
have to.
handle standpoint, them dudes
That's two
put you in
different
the mixing bowl. Am I crazy? Am I not?
Well, just two different conversations.
But they highlights, they put you in the mixing bowl. Am I not lying?
Westbrook
Yeah, but if you
over
watch
all of
Westbrook,
them.
but if you watch Westbrook,
Westbrook over all of them.
Okay, I'm not.
I'm with you on that.
I'm talking about.
Damn, man.
Westbrook handles more like
He's
Allen
rampage,
Iverson
man.
handles.
but Baron Davis was very
His name
similar to
ain't
Russell
Westbrook
Westbrook.
no more. It's called Rampage.
He was putting it on dudes' heads,
Yeah,
just like
triple-double 2 years in a row.
Nah, they can't
Dude, come on, man.
They can't.
I told you, he's crazy.
It don't matter who on his team.
Like you talk about being crafty and all that stuff. I don't think Steve was that crafty. He was a hell of an athlete that could do all that stuff. It's a difference. Like, Allen Iverson, he's a hell of an athlete. But I don't know if he was a great dribbler. I
agree with you that.
Kyrie, the best, one of the
dribbler.
best ball handlers out. Probably best
Who?
ball handlers. Kyrie Irving, just pure ball
Yeah.
handler.
Like Kyrie could just handle the ball.
I
Kyrie, you could be this close to Kyrie.
Isaiah and Kyrie.
Isaiah who?
Shit, Kyrie shit crazy, yo.
Yeah. Like you could be right here.
Kyrie
Isaiah.
is Isaiah 2.0.
Sam was like that though.
I agree.
Sam was like that. Sam, you can handle Sam.
Nah,
You can be this close to
Strickland
Sam.
can handle that, man.
This is Rocket, like yeah.
Roddy didn't get low. He didn't have an arm bar or nothing. He's standing straight up. And
Yeah, but-
wah, wah, wah.
So you saying Strickland had better handles than Sam?
Yeah.
I think in traffic handles, yeah.
His traffic handles.
Yeah, better handles,
In
y'all.
traffic, yeah. I said in
Sam could
traffic.
score the basketball.
Yeah, he could.
That's
Yeah,
what
he
separates
could.
him from them guards.
Sam has sneaky handles that you look at
Sam know how to create a shot.
You think you can take that motherfucker, but you not.
Man, no, you're not doing that shit Strickland doing it in the lane.
No, Strickland bad. No.
Sam, man, getting a bucket.
Let me say
Ron Strickland was Derrick Rose before Derrick Rose got hurt. They were the same.
But he wasn't
Nah,
athletic.
it wasn't that athletic.
Derrick Rose.
Oh, he wasn't as athletic.
He scored-
Ron wasn't as athletic, but he was close.
But did Ross score the ball like
He was a
Derrick
bigger
Rose?
guard.
But did
Ron
Ross score the
was nowhere near athletic like Derrick Rose.
Hold on,
Derrick
hold
Rose
on.
was on steroids.
I ain't saying he's the same.
No, it ain't close.
I never seen Ross
I ain't
Strickland.
talking about
I never
that.
seen handle-wise.
Yeah, handle-wise.
I never seen Ross Strickland
I
dunk the
seen him get a
basketball.
couple dunks.
Dude, he was so goddamn smooth, he ain't had to
Man,
dunk.
he was reverse layup that
Yeah, he was so
motherfucker. He
smooth.
put that
He
motherfucker
finished it
spinning
right.
that bitch,
He finished
yo.
it right.
And I don't know if
He
he was
remind me, yo, he hates,
Hold
Kurt
on.
hate when I say, he remind me of Kyrie at the rim, Joe, but he hates when people say that. Rod and Kyrie at the rim.
Ron
Hey,
was
when people
like
say-
Kyrie. Kyrie the best
See?
finisher at the rim that anybody
Ron was
play,
nice as
play
shit right
basketball at that position. So y'all can cut that bullshit out.
I'm right there with him.
Don't
Ron right there with us, though.
nobody
Hey,
finish.
man,
Man, Ron used to finish at the rim.
Kyrie
you
might
got
dunk
that
that
shit
motherfucker
from?
rim. That's separation. So
Where do
y'all
you think
tripping.
he got that from, though? That?
I don't guess where they got it from. Kyrie Irving is finishing at the rim, and it might be on your
But
head.
he doing a lot of Ron Strickland shit, though.
That's
Nah, he doing his
3
own
out of
shit.
60
Nah, he
games.
doing a lot of
Hey,
Ron Strickland.
He always say, he always
left.
That's what I'm. Ron used to do that same shit.
I love Ron
He was doing the same
Strickland. I
shit.
love Ron Strickland. I think y'all get me wrong. I love Ron Strickland. He
But you
finished.
gotta think.
He don't
He's
finish the rim like
6'3".
Shorty.
He's 6'3".
Oh,
He don't
oh,
Kyrie a midget.
He don't.
Think
Damn,
about
that nigga
Kyrie,
even.
6'3",
Think about this though.
He don't got that 6'3", is he?
When
Kyrie about 6'1".
when Kyrie drives to the rim, he got all shooters.
He was Mo.
Man, look it up. Bet the
Charlie Mo.
money. I got some
Oh,
money.
Charlie Mo.
Mo, I seen him.
Charlie Mo.
What's my name?
Think about this, Charlie Mo.
What's
Charlie Mo. Think about
You
this.
want to bet this?
Think about this. When Kyrie goes to the rim, he got all shooters. When your boy Ron was going to the lane, he had
Mitch
a post player, post player.
Man,
They was
No,
doing
no,
that
no.
shit in
Nah,
traffic.
he played on some good teams.
All that's cool with y'all
Who's the
saying.
shooter? Who's the shooter?
Hey, Charlie Mo.
Who's the shooter?
All that's cool with y'all saying, but don't nobody finish
All right,
that
all right,
rim
all right.
like Kyrie.
Let's go back to the Let's go to the coalition.
I don't give a fuck what y'all talking
Let's
about.
go to the coalition.
We go back to coalition. y'all lunching now.
Go to the coalition.
Man, Kyrie Irving ain't no 6'3". He won't bet me. You want to bet? Let's bet 100.
What's the bet? What y'all betting?
He's
Kyrie
special.
Irving 6'3". I'm saying he not.
Oh, 6'1", 6'2".
He's a midget.
But Rob, he's special this time too.
Hell, he a fucking hard league up, man.
He'll be special now, right? Like
He a
this.
fucking league up right
And
now.
nothing against Kyrie, but he'll be special.
He a fucking league up right now.
Hey, who blocking shots now in the NBA?
Nobody.
Right. Back then, everybody was blocking shots.
You right about that.
but that's why the whole Russell Westbrook triple double thing doesn't do it for me.
I don't know about that one. That dude,
No, let me tell you why. Because
he get knocked down, but
I bet he is.
that dude, man,
Kyrie Irving?
he gets there so fast.
no, that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying He rebounds the ball a lot on the defensive end.
I'm putting the money.
But who's under the back? Wasn't no Manute Bowles or no guys like that in the league, right?
But you can't say that because Alvin Robinson used to get average triple-double too.
No, he never averages triple.
He was close. He was getting like
What I'm saying is I just
it's hard, like he said.
I just would have seen. I just like that. See him play his game when the game was more inside out because he rebounds basketball at a high level. But sometimes it's just him under there rebounding the basketball, and you can go and watch film. It's just Russell under the rim rebounding basketball.
But honestly, if more guards would do that, they have more rebounds because all we told you is do the box out.
We box out and let I agree with you.
I mean, it's twofold. And back then, Alvin Robinson was doing it, and he had horses behind him.
Yeah.
So,
That's what you said, motherfucker. Which give me like a few guys you actually looked up to and said, man, I couldn't wait on the court with him, or I just couldn't wait to play with him or against him or whatever. I bet Herbo, man, just watching certain guys play. Like, who was your coach, man?
I wanted to play against Billy Martin. I wanted to play against. It was a gap, like Craig Shelton and all them guys.
Wow.
Delonte Taylor. It was a gap.
And that was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, it was a gap. Them dudes were getting older, and you could tell who was playing and who was not playing no more. After a while, as you get older, you could tell who was playing and not playing. It was a gap. I wanted to play against that Bullets team. They got out of the league. Who else? Unfortunately, Lenny Byes. The Keith Lomaxes of the world.
About Danny Ferry up there.
He never played up there.
I saw Danny play.
Ducky said Danny played with him one year.
Yeah, I didn't see Danny.
It was like 86 or something.
I think Danny might have played a game or two.
Yeah.
Him and David Robinson or
But
something.
Danny played against each other in high school. We played against
Robinson.
I never played against David Robinson. That'd have been a problem because David was he blocked every fucking thing. And after that, you remember Big Mooney and all them dudes? Big Mooney played well up that joint. Mooney dunked on me so hard one time. I was mad as shit. I got his ass back, but I was mad as shit. He turned around, he hit me, and he jumped in the air, and I jumped, and he caught me under the rim. That shit fell right in my motherfucking hand. I had to get his ass back. I went that way, I faked that way, and came back, and I got him back. I didn't get him like he got me, though. Right. And the people don't remember Mooney. Mooney was a dude who catch the ball under the rim and like go straight up.
Kenny Sanderson dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Kenny Sanderson didn't play much in the
you know what I'm saying? Just names, the motherfuckers don't even remember that shit.
Where did Mooney play at?
Mooney Street.
Now Mooney
with
Kenny Tech.
Kenny Smurl. Kenny was like Mooney was about 6'7", and like he ain't from here. He's from somewhere else. He's like from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he
got in trouble. Got in trouble somewhere else and came here.
Okay.
And dude, like one of the toughest dudes. He ain't scared of nobody. Like he'd play, he'd hit you and jump, dunking on you and shit. That's the kind of dude. He was straight power.
What's the most you scored with Herbo in one game?
Like 65. 65. The dude was trying to get me to score more, but I ain't feel like doing it. You know, he's like, hey, you can break the record. I'm like, man.
Bootney had the record with 77, right? Yeah. Then Kurt Lee broke it with 97 or something like that.
Yeah, I wasn't shooting threes. Like,
shoot.
Like, they were shooting jump shots. He wanted me to do.
No disrespect to Kurt Lee, because he can score basketball.
Not at all.
Yeah,
score that many points, period.
I respect that 77 more than that, because I seen Bootney do that shit like.
You was on the team when he did it, right?
Scoring traffic.
Booty did it. Booty did it, and it was a close game. I think it did it against us. And he did it. It was a close game. Me and Sherman used to average 40 something. Me and Sherman, we're going at it. He played with Melvin. Melvin didn't score, so Melvin was fine enough. And I couldn't remember who else was on that team. They had a good team. But, like, I don't know when, I think...
Melvin, one of the best point guards I've ever seen playing in
like, Kurt Lee was, like... They just kept failing because they tried to break the record. And I don't think the team was that strong. It was a team one day, it wasn't that strong. They were trying to get me to do it. Like playing in the post, you try to score that many points in 4 quarters, you'd be tired of shit at the end of the game. I was like, let me get warmed up and shit. I wasn't trying to be the main scorer. I wanted to win like everybody else. You know.
How many championships you won at Herbo?
I don't remember. I think 2 or 3.
Who was your toughest opponent? Who you had a problem getting your shot off against? I knew you was gonna say that. Kill this guy right here, God.
There you go with that shit.
I'm just, I mean,
No.
you can go.
Bryson had 17 block shots in the game one time, Joe. He would have caught. He would have caught one. He would have caught one or two of
He might
yours.
have got one or two.
Oh, okay.
He might got caught one
So
or two.
you don't think you can guard this guy?
Could he check me?
Ask him. He right there.
No, sir, could you check me?
Yeah.
There you have it. There you have it.
Straight out the post.
I play a little bit.
I beg to differ.
Straight out
He
the
said he
post.
begged to do.
I beg to differ, but you know, we had different games.
What was your go-to move, Bryson?
I mean,
Go to the middle, up and under.
I got up and unders. I got the up and under. I want to go left shoulder for sure. I definitely go with my left
So
shoulder.
what was you gonna do? You was gonna catch?
Sat there and wait for it.
Nah, because I'm just going to jump hook you to death.
Okay. You did it. You tried
Prue
to
was
do it
too
in
small,
35.
yo. He was post-serial, Joe.
Yeah, I mean.
Prue was post-serial, Joe. You know that. Come on, man.
He said he was.
Now they talking.
Too small,
Hey,
bro.
see, Russell, they talking right
Too
now,
light to
baby.
fight. Too thin to win, Joe. But you a
Damn.
big man, you know what I mean?
I never
He's
lost.
a hybrid.
I never lost.
Man,
I'm
Shug
saying,
White
he a hybrid.
sang
You had
it back.
a good mob. You had a good
Shug
mob.
White
Oh, that's a good
sang
mob.
it back.
That was a good ball. I
You had
never
a good
lost to him.
mob. You had a
You
good
robbing
mob.
over there.
But you got your bucket though.
Yeah, I had, what I had, 44 on one time.
Oh, yo, damn!
Now they talking.
Cat in the hat.
That was a good night. It was a good night.
Hey, put up me. You
That
can't
was a
check
good
me.
night.
What was
You
the
had
44? What was the 44?
I don't know what's up at what was that?
Don't ask me.
Not shop is
This on foundation?
Foundation, yeah.
44?
Yeah. 41, 44, 42,
That was
something right there.
Oh, y'all ain't scored like
It was
50 something points.
That was 40 something.
And all of them was on him.
He was guarding you?
Yeah.
So so you saying me and Junior Burroughs gave up 44 points?
Y'all too small, Joe. Come on, man.
Damn.
Junior
It
Barrow,
was 6, 7 big men, yo.
formerly of a home team.
I mean, I'm just being real. I'm not like I'm playing against Matumbo, Joe. I play against Alonzo with them dudes.
Yeah, we know that.
6'6" and a half big men. I was a little bit taller than that.
So you fried him. You fried him. You say you fried him.
44, you fried him,
Kentucky
bro.
Fried.
Damn. What you doing? Damn.
Who won the game?
I just remember it. That's why I remember.
Representing 2A.
So it's
I
funny,
don't know.
funny how you remember. I don't remember that shit.
I
I don't
See
remember
how
the
you act
game.
when they win a
Paul
championship,
Pap
Bo?
got the stats. Pap
I
got the
don't
stats.
remember the game.
Bo, they won a championship.
Yeah.
Villanova, they
What
out of
is that?
control now.
Yeah,
man.
Pap got the stats.
I don't think we lost
But
that lead either.
now y'all ain't lose no game. Y'all had a mob.
I don't think
Y'all had a mob.
But you saying it
You
was.
fried him,
Who
though.
was
you
our
saying-
mob?
I fried every game.
But you saying it wasn't
I
your.
was in shape more than
You
everybody.
fried him, though, right?
Definitely. No hesitation.
No.
You're way older than me, man. Come on, man. I'm older than me, Joe.
It's funny how
Back then, I'm 33, 34. He 40, Joe. Come on, man. I'm a young dude, Joe. I just finished playing 12 years. I
Hey,
was in shape,
hey,
Joe.
the true
I was in
ain't
shape,
going with
Joe.
that. I know the true ain't going with that. The true
I was in
Prue-
shape.
The true Prue ain't going with that one.
I got fried a few times in my life. I don't remember that.
They don't remember that game.
I remember it, Joe.
You can call Junior Burroughs.
There wasn't no up and unders. There wasn't up and unders in that game.
You just straight fried
You
him.
was there. You saw the up and under. You
Man,
saw
no up and unders that game.
Only thing I'm saying is, I mean, this man right here,
Junior Burroughs' knees was. Are you serious, Joe? He had to need a wheelchair, Joe. Really?
Oh, that, he texted.
Junior Burroughs' knees was on
If you
feet.
scored 44,
My
why
man,
you in the
Hey,
game?
he my man.
What's
Bill
in the game?
caught
I
wrong.
remember. And I'm right this time.
Yeah, you right this
I'm
time.
all the way right.
Bill caught wrong is Bill caught right tonight.
So he was dunking and everything.
Bet another dub on that.
What?
I'm 6'10".
They're just too small for you.
Post surgery.
How old are you?
I'm 47, man.
So he about to play in the
He play in the
50
league.
Yeah, you can get him. Prue gonna get you, man.
Play in the
Gonna
league.
get you.
Yeah, in the
Pause
50
that.
and under league.
Pause that.
50 and under league.
Nah, he marketed on this.
He said the 50 and under league though.
I'm about to get on my Rocky Balboa and shit, yo.
Damn, he said you fried Prue, man.
That's career high, Joe.
44. You just have 17 blocks?
So you jump out there and say 44 though.
I mean, I think shit. 40, 42, 41.
Y'all probably scored 50 something points in the whole game, so you the only one scoring. So you the only one scoring.
On you though.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
He said on you.
It was
He
a
did
lot of
say
jump
that.
hooks.
A lot of jump hooks.
Prue. He did say
Tom Hammers type shit. You know what I mean?
Damn, Tom Hammers. Tom Hammers a goddamn robot.
You trying to give me the stuff? I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying to hold this shit in.
Tom Hammers like a robot.
We all still on camera?
We on.
Hey, the Red Cup hours, yo.
Yeah, we on.
Oh, let me say this. He don't believe it. He know he don't believe
I'm
it.
just listening.
He don't believe
I'm
it.
just listening.
You don't believe it. And he don't believe it. I don't know if he believes it.
I made it up, yo.
I definitely know the fuck the shit he talking about. I don't know what he talking about.
I dreamt it, yo.
You might have. You might have.
I dreamt it.
You might have.
I dreamt it.
You might have.
That's what it was. I dreamt it, yo.
You might have. You might have scored, but 40. You say what? 44? 41?
40
God
plus.
damn, that's like 20 fucking baskets.
Like our age group.
That's 20 fucking baskets I gave up.
I had some throws too in there.
So 15 fucking baskets I gave up.
Easy.
You ain't touching the ball that much, dude. That's the fucking men's league.
Off the glass.
Your team probably scored 50-something points. How you score 44?
We scored 50-something points. Why would you say that?
Because we ain't giving up that many points. Ain't nobody that age can give up that many points.
The man said he had 40 plus.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Maybe I dreamt it.
You may be dreamt it. I played in the league one time. Me and Sherman on the same team. Motherfucker was frying me. Sherman guarded him.
Sherman tried to guard me too. That
There might be that game.
It was
Definitely
that
wasn't that
game.
game. It definitely wasn't that game.
I will promise you everything I love, and I'm not making that
shit.
shit up. Sherman was trying to check me in the post too. I remember that shit.
It might be that game.
Why you don't remember that shit?
You know what I mean?
When was that?
I told you it was at the fucking foundation.
Did y'all win?
No, we ain't win.
Now fuck all that winning shit. The man said he
I'm
fried.
talking about mano a mano. I won. Yeah.
Oh, man.
He won. He won the.
Roberto Duran tonight?
He won the battle.
He's Duran tonight.
I didn't win the war.
Dang. Come on, man.
You let people have that.
No, then Sherman.
Wait.
So then Sherman tried to check you.
Definitely.
Just
Call
push you out the.
All that rough house in the post. Sherman said, I got you. I got him. I would never get that shit long as I live. He was just rough out the shit out of me on the post. I was like, damn,
You
Joe.
do not commit
Yeah,
false
Sherman was
advertisement
fucking
on the
right.
Red
Sherman-
Cup hour.
Sherman like a center in the post.
The fake news
Oh,
hour.
so
It's
you
not in the
fried
policy.
The fake news hour.
Yeah.
Prue wasn't trying to play no defense, Joe.
MTO.
Prue ain't play no D back in 35 and over. I'm being 100. Prue ain't playing no D on 35 and over.
Play D, man.
Not 35 and over,
You
Joe.
still play D.
Not 35 and over.
Probably kind of late.
That's hilarious.
Sherman. Darryl Prue. Man, I'm on this Red Cup hour with James Bryson, Ricky Goins, Kurt Smith, and Charlie Moe. This nigga is talking about he gave me 44 points.
Say what it is.
James Bryson said he gave me 44 points.
40 plus.
40 plus in the 35 and over. Right. He said he scored 44 points on me in the 35 and over league we played in a couple of years ago. Over with Foundation some fucking where.
It was over like 10 something years, about 12 years ago. Maybe 14 years ago.
Right. He the only one remember this shit, Sherman.
Doug, you remember you had to check me, Doug?
He said you had to check him.
If you don't remember that, you know you lying on air.
Oh,
right now.
you say who's James Bryson?
Oh, he's funny. Prue is the worst, yo. 40-something.
He said 44? Right. He said
You live on the air. You live on the air.
Sherman, come on, man. I don't remember this. Do you remember this?
I don't remember the 44, but I could have been on drugs.
He said, I don't remember the 44, but I could have been on drugs. Sorry to call you so late. I hope I didn't get you in trouble, but damn.
It's okay. It's okay. I just get out of rehab.
I must have been in rehab that game too.
Hey, Sherman D, you funny as a
I All right, man.
He's terrible.
Yeah, the red cup, baby.
Red cup, baby.
Hey, facts only.
No, hashtag facts only.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was a funny ass shit right there, though. Hey, Doug.
He said,
I just had a replay.
yeah, I don't know. He said, tell everybody. He said,
Hey, boy, y'all motherfuckers is crazy, man. But let's get back to the bro. Shit out of hand tonight.
What was that again? What'd you get? You said 44?
I don't know, I said what's up. Shit is out of hand tonight.
I'm playing the two digit in DC, man. 44. We're about 12.37. What's that? $12.37.
Boy, y'all niggas is crazy though, man. Nah, but let's get back. Let's get back.
Please.
Oh, man.
Bruce say, please.
Fofo.
Yeah, let's get back to the motherfucking the situation though, man. Like the shit we've been talking about the Herbo, like getting back to like the bad motherfuckers that came to that Dunbar when our was Dunbar. It was up Gonzaga, it was up Rosa back in the day and all that shit. Just to how did you feel as far as like, man, me myself, that was like, man, we playing for our city for one. But you wanted to represent yourself also, you know what I'm saying? Overseas scouts, pro scouts, everybody in that motherfucker. And just to be a part of that, a big name, Darryl Prue, they put your average up there, 40 a game and all that little shit, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing all that shit, man, that, to me, I think the Wiggins, man, I take my hat off to them. It was well organized, man. It was like, they knew who was coming through. You know what I'm saying? They gave you nicknames and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And
So what's your nickname of the Herbo?
my nickname, I had a few names I talk about. But you was at Dunbar. You went to the school. So for you to be at that school and then still play in that atmosphere to you was like you back in school.
Right.
At a big game of Dunbar against the Coolidge or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Did that bring back memories to you to make you even play harder or it was just
It was home.
Right. Right.
It was like home. Like you walk in there and everybody in there, everybody know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what I mean? You gotta bring it because you got dudes like James Bryson give you 44 every night. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I knew he was coming.
Straight out of Villanova.
You got dudes coming at you. Like you can't let them dudes get like it's tough. Dudes coming at you. Just like every day, every game was no easy games, and everybody trying to beat the fuck out of you, beat you up, and trying to stop you and talking shit. People in the stands, well, all you not that good, and they over there watching. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? There, people who live in the area went to Dunbar. So like, half the people who was there that they had your back. They had the dudes coming from Southeast and Southwest, and they betting on Everest Burns when he walks in the gym. He walks in the gym and he get his ass fried. You know what I mean? Terry Cash, he comes in, he get his ass fried. It's like you gotta protect home. You know what I mean? Like, and if I was having a bad time, then Sherman score. You know what I mean? Like it was, you got to pick your poison. And then, like with Sherman, it was easy because he knew at the end of the game who was gonna get a bucket and who wasn't. And it was consistent. You know what I mean? Consistent getting the ball. Like me, it took me a while to warm up sometimes in games because they just not used to the banging and all that stuff. You got to get warmed up. And Sherman just kept coming back. He just kept coming back. He just kept coming back. Guys don't throw the ball in the post. I only played with a few guys because they won't throw it in the post. Especially back then, I was all post. I couldn't catch the ball on the wing and shoot a three like I do now. But back then, I had to rely on somebody else to give me the ball. Darryl McClain would throw the ball in there. I made all that because Darryl McClain threw the ball to me. You know what I mean? I played AAU and Sherman, in youth games, and he'd throw the ball in there. He played in the coalition, he'd throw the ball. Go to college, niggas don't throw the ball to you. You are who you are if you have good teammates that rely on you. And you know what I mean, we had a pro. We had Johnny Newman on our team. He would throw the ball to me. You know, that says a lot.
Hell yeah.
That says a lot.
And he was a cook both.
Yeah,
Who
he
the
was a
fuck
good player. He was a starter.
throw the ball to Darryl Prue though?
Huh?
Who the fuck not gonna throw the ball to Darryl Prue?
Yeah.
But you know, but that's like the thing is like I pass the ball. It's not like I don't pass. You know, I play with Kurt. Kurt know I pass the ball. He'll throw it to me so he can get the ball back.
Big Jew.
It was youth games. I showed up for youth games. He got cut. How the hell you on the damn phone this late at night?
Big Jew, what's up, homie? We miss you,
Get your
man.
ass off the damn phone.
Hey, get you the count, nigga.
You know that shit dark. You know that shit dark, dude.
My motherfucking man right there, man. Waiting on you at home, man. No bullshit.
Big Junior Robinson was 6'9" in the 7th grade.
No, he was 6'9" in the 3rd grade.
In the 3rd grade?
Yeah.
He never grew center.
He was in the 3rd grade.
Huh?
You play in school?
He went to West Virginia. He went to JUCO, went to West Virginia. And
y'all-
he started.
Y'all did it.
Yeah.
He started.
Y'all did it.
Games play, I'm gonna just do this and that, but I think back then, y'all dudes, even the postman knew how to get out on the wing and just knew how to just play basketball. And not go outside nothing you can't do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I look at y'all guys, man, like, I always surrounded myself with post guys that can get in the wing. I ain't saying when you shoot jumpers, just know how to play the game and make our game a little easier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the guys I surrounded, the Prues, the Bryces, like I was telling earlier, Ted Jeffries, the Gerard Mustavs, all them guys, y'all had that shit back then, but it just wasn't meant
Gerard had it
for y'all back then.
Yeah, Gerard had it more than anybody else.
Man, that motherfucker. Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Baddest motherfucker.
If he was playing now, it would be like, woo.
Oh, man.
No one pick.
Yeah, he'd be like, woo. Like the things he could do
Put
that
that
size.
floor, shoot that bitch past that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. I mean, that size.
He played with his back to the
way.
back. Yeah, he was crazy. He was good, yo.
He was like an MB.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not as big as MB, but he was.
Yeah, skillful.
You right, you know, that's a
But a
little
skillful.
Yeah, he's more skillful, but not as big.
Yeah, a little more skillful than him.
Yeah, but he wasn't the center though. Like LB in the center, he was more of a. You know,
and the crazy stuff about him was so crazy was like he was one of the few first like sophomores that went hardship. Like, remember, there's a list of only a few of them.
Yeah.
Not too many like Washburn. There was only a few dudes.
He was in a bad situation, like you know, Bob Wade.
That Maryland shit was fucked up.
It was kind of Lenny passed away. And they got rid of Giselle, and Bob Wade came in. He had the high school mentality. I was actually talking to about a month ago. I was talking to Walt Williams. I said we played them, and Walt and Gerard and Mustafa was a freshman. I was like, man, I said you got lucky with Gary Williams. He was a guard. He was a power forward. Like he was guarding me and Chris Brooks. You know what I mean? The guy played with me at West Virginia. I'm looking at you like, I look at you a year or two later, you're a whole different guy. You know what I mean? But if that didn't happen, you might not have been into the place you were. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, slick.
Yeah.
Right.
Man. You go to the places and like Gary let you do it.
Let you play your skill set.
Yeah. And Walt was like, you know what happened? They had a guard that was struggling to practice. And Walt went to Gary and said he can do it. And he threw the presses at him and he did it, he handled it, and that's how he evolved. Yeah, so.
Man, Prue, what we always do on the herbal segment, what we do, man, like, there you go. On some real shit, like, do you think that we can get it back? Or it'll be a struggle to try to get it back? And if you saying we can, tell me why we can't, and if you saying you're not, tell me why we can't get it back the way it used to be.
Nobody's serious about it no more.
Boom.
Nobody's, not us, it's the ones that's playing. They're not serious about it no more. It's more of a show. You know, you got guys that want to play, you get 5 point guards that want to play with each other. They don't want to play against each other. You ain't want to play with Sherman. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't want to play against, somebody that play the same position as me. You know what I mean? I do it now because I'm old. Back then, I don't want to play against them. You know what I mean? And these guys don't want to do that no more. Also, you know what I mean? Like, who you gonna let play? Everybody think they can play.
I agree.
Everybody think they can play.
And everybody can't play.
It's levels of basketball. I mean,
It might not be enough basketball players though.
Well,
it's enough.
No, right now it's more than enough.
All you need is 5 teams.
Well, no, the reason why I say that is like if you look at the amount of guys, like one thing it seemed to make the Herbo special was not just the pros, the guys that took basketball, like the guys that weren't necessarily in the NBA that took it seriously. It's like you got guys that play professionally, and then you got guys that don't. Like, where's the in between? Where's the guys that just love basketball and they're good at it?
Mm-hmm.
Where they at? They're the ones that keep the league going when the pros can't come.
True. Like you talked about Guy Arnold. I don't know if he played overseas or not, but he was a hell of a basketball player.
That was a bad
Like,
motherfucker.
I don't know if Delonte played. He was a hell of a basketball player.
Yeah.
They was on good teams when they played. They made plays, and when they had to make plays, they were good. But you know, what I mean, like you were correct. You know, it might not be enough, but I think it is. It's just
I think it's enough.
it's enough.
I think the younger generation is a little more not in tune the way we were.
Exactly.
I think that's a gap. And then the pros don't really come home. No, they don't really
They're
come
not
to the
coming
crib that much.
I mean,
So it's a
they
little
don't
bit
care
of
about
that,
even if you're
you
looking
know,
at like
you know what
even
I'm
if you
saying?
look at like the Kennel League, right? Like now that the NCAA allow college kids to stay on campus year round, they don't. In the last 2 years, they haven't even been like when you was coaching, you had different guys almost every week.
Every game.
Because guys are home for like maybe a weekend out the whole summer, and the Kennel
But
League
that's
was
because they're not playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're not playing against nobody. You know, before it's like they were playing. You know, like when I was at Georgetown, we wanted the guys to play. We wanted them to play against. You know what I mean? We wanted them NBA guys to come over and play, but it's hard to get them over to play because it's not enough of them.
Right.
So it's like the closest thing is Barry Farms, and you'll get some guys that play. You know, like Gilbert made it good. You know what I mean? But then you have some teams it's all street dudes.
But even when Gilbert came there, look who he was playing with: Kurt, Brian, Chick.
But that's my
Maybe
point.
Shaq,
That's
yeah.
my point. It's them
They're still pros.
street dudes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he didn't. You know, he was a pro. Brian was a pro. He playing with them guys. But then who you playing against?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, the thing is, you might get hurt.
So that's the difference, yo.
You know what I mean? Like
And
people don't
that's what
understand
they
that
worry
part
about.
of it. Yeah, you might get hurt. It's like even when you just shoot, a dude come on your foot. You know what I mean? The way the dude foul you. It's just like
Because
little kids stuff. They don't know.
They
don't
let
know
anybody
boundaries.
play.
Mm-hmm.
They let
That's the other
anybody-
thing,
they
right?
just let
Because
anybody-
guys
they
got a
let
mutual
anybody
respect.
play.
Guys got a
pay
mutual
for their
respect.
feet.
The Herbo was like, look, who are you?
Yeah. And
It had to be
And
something
you
behind your name.
like shit. 'Cause I was a fan going up there, just like it was just like ooh and just like looking at like damn Joe, like
That was official.
That's the cooker, yo. You know,
No, it was when you go to
super
officiating, it was official.
it was super duper.
When you go to the basketball we played, it was official.
So another point.
That shit was official.
Another point. Like officials make the league.
Yeah.
You had guys that was trying to get into the CBA, NBA. Like
Yeah,
you said,
that's
Scott
official,
Watson is in
man.
the NBA now. He was there for a couple of years. You got other guys that was there. You had Jess Thompson. You got some other guys. What's the guy?
Mr. Mitchell,
What was the other? Another guy from here that
Grillo.
Grillo. You got guys like that refereeing. Now you have street dudes refereeing games that don't know the pro rules.
And that's why certain guys don't come and play.
And the refs don't care.
Yeah.
But they're not
Right.
getting
That's true,
evaluated.
too.
They're not getting evaluated.
That's true too.
They're just collecting a check. They
was
see
right.
how they
Evaluated
Right,
back
that's
then.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're getting evaluated. You don't know, like when we played. I forgot who the scout was in the NBA. He was there all the time.
Because there wasn't a lot of top
He did all the scouting for the NBA. Yeah.
in the country then, man.
They came somewhere to see some good ass basketball.
Just like when we had the USBL, I got a good job off of that to end my career because you never know who's watching. That was the last
That was
part.
good bump. though. That shit was.
I need to hold some of this money too, bro.
Shit, I don't damn off rebounds I had to get for your ass. Gave me a job. Wasn't you all the misses? Yeah, but like even then, you know what I mean? Like the summer leagues wasn't even as good as then as it used to be. You know what I mean? Like we had the talent is there, but like, dudes don't come home like you said. They stay in their schools now. The ones that's around here don't want to play.
Yeah, and the key word you said was competitiveness.
They don't want to compete.
They don't compete, man.
They don't
I don't want to play against nobody playing the same play with somebody playing the same position. I'm playing.
Right. Especially if someone's good, like you want to go against them and like see what you see where you are.
You want that bump?
Yeah. Then like dudes get it misconstrued. Like say I have a good game against Kevin Durant. Oh, I'm an NBA player. No, you're not. That's just one day.
One game.
Yeah, that's one day.
That's the shit that I don't get against motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Not only that, you get one move against a motherfucker.
Oh,
he fried him.
19.
No, that's not
Just like James Bryson said, he had 44 against me.
Hey,
one day.
It
was that one day. The crazy shit about it, though.
We're going to close up on that one.
One day. Hey, look. And that's my ninja. Hey, it was that
They
one
had
day.
no rights to that music.
That's the shit though that we do on the show, man. We bring bad motherfuckers to the show that people know, man, that we official. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? I call my boy all the time. Call through, man, come on the show, back on the show. You know, he's already on the show already. Man, when? Let me know when. Cool. And that's what we do, man. We family, you know what I'm saying? Always look up to this guy, man. Like,
and that's what me too. Hey, look, ditto, real shit. And we laugh and joke and have fun, man. On some real shit, Joe. Always looked up to you, dog. Real talk, big bro, always.
Him and Smith used to be at the house, man. I'm like, man, fuck them niggas, man. Niggas don't fuck with me. They going on. I'm the little brother, you know what I'm saying?
Going to the club,
but every time, big bro look out for me every time, man. In every conversation where we at, it don't matter. Number 24.
You stole my number.
Yeah. That's how we do, man.
That's your son.
No bullshit, man. And we definitely always appreciate my man Prue coming on, man, again. And always welcome to come back, man. And once again, man, Red Cup next week is the last edition of the Herb Bowl. Then we going back to the regular guest, but man, always appreciated my man Darryl Prue. Congratulations on the championship, the 50-0 with jump, but we coming after y'all, man. Sick of this bullshit. Sick of this bullshit, but we let my man Prue close the show tonight, then we out, man.
There's a few things. The 50-0 thing it is what it is. I only know. I think everybody else trips about it more than we do.
Mm-hmm.
But what y'all doing, it should be more of a bigger platform, and it'll get there. Y'all keeping the history alive, and that's what's wrong with DC now. They don't do that. It's all about the now, and they forget about the guys before us and stuff like that. Like the Babies and the Stacey's and Craig. Nobody talks about Kirk Shelton. Nobody talks about, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like nobody talks about the Garcia Hopkins because they don't see him. Anthony Jones. There's so much history in here, and we just, because we're a city, we forget about them. We was in a small town, they be idolized. And you know what I mean? Like then we idolize people who did minimum. Ain't nobody go to Wake Forest and Georgetown, Drake, Villanova. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't go there. You know what I mean? Like they talk about, man, I could have did. If you could have, you would have did.
You would have did. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could have did.
I agree.
But like Ricky's doing a great thing with this. What he's doing. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it's gonna blow up even more. Y'all see, you just gotta keep on putting time into it. But like we sit here having fun. People not getting in their feelings about different things. And people getting their feelings is the ones that ain't done shit.
I know, that's fact.
The ones that ain't done nothing get mad because you did this, you did that. I ain't get lucky. I had a talent, and that's what you had a talent. You had a talent. Everybody in this room had a talent, and we used it. How much we used it. We used it got to us to a certain point. Everybody can't make the NBA. It is what it is. I don't make you less of a player. I don't see everybody's going to West Virginia. I don't see everybody going to Drake. I don't see everybody going to, Georgetown and Wake Forest. He went to the Big East and the ACC. He went to the Villanova. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you went through the gods.
You don't see people. Everybody talking what they talking. Oh, he ain't do this. He ain't do that. But the fact is, we all did something. You know what I mean? We all did something.
We all did something that motherfuckers never
wish they could have done.
Yeah, or wish they would have done.
Yeah, wish they would have done.
It's such a fraternity, man. You know what I'm saying? And like the guys that pass the baton, you guys and y'all pass it to us, Joe. Because there's no doubt about it, yo. And we historians. And look, I just lost some money because he's a guru. I give him credit because I think I'm the ultimate guru and he be taking my money. But on some real shit though, nah. Game recognized game, Joe. You know the game. We think alike. It's that whole little fraternity, man. So it's always a privilege to get around, the basketball royalty. You know what I mean? Real talk. Like, how many dudes been all met first team all met twice? I mean, not a whole lot of money.
Not a lot,
that, Joe.
Not a lot.
Say what you want to say about that shit. That's stacked. Ain't nothing
Not a lot.
You can't change that.
When you said stuff about knowing the game, it's like, we coaching now, and we forgot more than people like ever know. They'll talk to somebody else and they think they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like back in the days, we got to watch TV. We hear something, then we'll see it later on. They just hear something and go on what they think. You know what I mean? Like what the pros do is not what kids do.
And it's funny, and it's funny how that we can sit up here and just talk shit, and not only that, but we can sit up here and call
Sherman Douglas.
great motherfuckers.
Yeah, Sherman Douglas.
Yeah,
and answer my call at 11 o'clock at night.
And that's the greatness of what we do.
Unscripted, Joe. This is
You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't,
It's real.
and
Joe.
that's what we do all the time. And I think that I'm gonna pat all of us on the back as far as our show. We bring the shit back in order how it's supposed to be and what we trying to get at. It's like it's more of a coaching like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Team takeover, boom, familiar, all that, boom. But just to give back, and like I said, just to have personal conversation and personal friendships with guys like to call a motherfucker like a Sherman Douglas, boom. Like, what's up? Just on boom, just to know. And Sherman been the show and everything. Like, we just trying to bring that shit back. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate you guys, man. We all do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't never said, nah, man. You gave me some. I could do it that day.
Right, straight up.
Y'all are transcending. Y'all are transcending something that nobody ever thought about doing. Miles transcending what he's doing over at
the farms. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like now it's getting to a bigger place with the Nike thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen here too. I mean, like we talked about it before the show started about some different things with the government. Like it might start off with doing high school games.
Mm-hmm.
Then going from there, and then you got a different platform. Man, y'all got so many people watching this stuff, man. Like, it's amazing how many people comment and is looking at it. Now you got people who's not even on y'all page looking at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So now that's going to happen. Like, you got friends in Europe, you know what I mean? You got friends, like, man, this is going to, it's just like, it's not YouTube, but it's live.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you said, it's factual stuff about this area.
Yep.
And you know what I mean, it's so much y'all still haven't even tapped into that this need to be brought up. You know what I mean? Like we talked about the Herbo, we talked about this. I know a lot of people didn't like Sherman, so they don't say nothing about us. I'm cool with that. I'm cool where you are, but for the fact is we did it. You can look us up, you can look you up, look you up, yeah. And you can't, and then everybody ain't do that.
And that's why we appreciate guys like yourself to even take a time, an hour.
We've known each other 30-something years.
And that's that.
You know what I mean? Like 30-something years. Like Sherman, I've been knowing him 30-something years, over 40 years. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what I mean? Like he answered the call. It's late. He had to answer the call.
Yeah.
No. And you know what I mean? Like
it goes to show you that everything's official.
It's your character. Yeah.
It's official. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, we definitely always appreciate that love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
For the True Prue, man, coming on number 24.
I never liked that name.
I still got your shit, man.
What about
True
Prue ski?
I call him the True Prue, man.
That's it. Oh, damn, we got Prue ski in the
And you said name is 44.
New name 44. 44.
Nah, we gonna close out, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to my man, special shout out to my man C, man. C Wiz, C Russell, man, my great supporter, man.
Hang in there, homeboy.
My
Hang in
dog
there.
right there, man. And,
Hang in there,
hey,
homeboy.
man, much love to my boy, man. Every time we hook up, man, almost much love, man. So we'll close out tonight, my man, the True Prue. He say he don't like that, but I'm gonna change the number 24 to 44.
No.
No bullshit though. Appreciate you, though. My motherfucker, man. My big hope, man. My big hope, man. Appreciate it. See y'all next week, man. Peace out.